Hi guys, welcome to our FXPesa webinars. Today I'll be covering Advanced 2 and I'll be taking you through how to build a strategy and common mistakes that traders make when they're trading. How to build a strategy. A trading strategy is the method of buying and selling in markets that is based on predefined rules used to make trading decisions. Creating a strategy may be easy, but it may call for backtesting on a demo account to ensure it is effective. Below are steps to consider when formulating a strategy. 1. Choose a time frame. There are several questions you should ask yourself when you're choosing a time frame. Are you a day trader, a swing trader, or a position trader? How long do you intend to hold on your position? Though you will consider multiple time frames, this will be the main time frame you will use to get a trade signal. 2. Apply appropriate indicators. Our aim is to identify trends as early as possible. We should use indicators that actually can accomplish this. Moving averages, or rather crossover, are one of the most popular indicators that traders use to help them identify a trend. We can confirm overbought and oversold regions using indicators. They are good indicators for confirming a trend, like the MACD, stochastic, and the RSI. A simple line chart draws a line from one closing price to the next closing price. When joined together with a line, we can see the general price movement of a currency pair over a period of time. 4. Define your risk. When developing your forex trading strategy, it is very important that you define how much you are willing to lose on each trade. You have to decide how much room is enough to give your trade to play out, but at the same time, not risk too much on one trade. 5. Define your entries and exits. Identify where you will enter and exit a trade in order to get the most profits. The ideal entry point is upon close of a candlestick after all indicators match up and give a good signal. For exits, you have a few different options. One way is to use trail your stop, and the other way is to exit when the price hits the target. 6. Write the strategy rules and follow them. When it comes to trading, discipline is one of the most important characteristics a trader must have. You must write the rules and follow them to the letter. Common mistake traders make. 1. Overconfidence. Inflated belief over one's trading skills. This is self-conceived belief that you know everything about the markets and that there is no way for you to ever lose. While confidence is necessary, too much confidence can have negative consequences. 2. Overtrading. Overtrading is when you trade too frequently, taking extremely large trades in consistent lot sizes and or taking uncalculated risks. Successful traders are extremely patient. Quality setups take time to materialize, so they remain patient and wait for the confirmation. It doesn't matter how long it takes you before you find a setup. What matters is protecting your capital, and you have to wait until the odds are more in your favor before entering a trade. 3. Revenge trading. When you suffer a large loss or a series of losses within a short span of time, you might be tempted to revenge trade. Revenge trading is when you jump back into a new trade right after taking a loss because you believe that you can quickly flip the loss back into a profit. When you start thinking like this, your state of mind is not objective anymore. You become more prone to making even more trading mistakes, which results in you losing even more money. How to avoid revenge trading? 1. You need to have a trading plan. 2. You need to be in a good state of mind. Avoid anxiety, fear, greed, and impatience. Focus on the process. Trading is long-term. Don't stress on one loss or a couple of losses. Mistake number 4. Overexposure. Overexposure is when you have multiple positions open in your trading account which consist of a common currency. For instance, when you have two buy positions of the AUD USD and the NZD USD, essentially, it's like having two identical trades open as they usually move in a similar manner. Even if there are two valid trade setups in both pairs, you may not want to take both. You might believe that you are diversifying your risk by trading in different pairs, but some pairs tend to move in the same direction. 5. Adding to a losing trade. Averaging down is adding to your position as the price moves against you, in the usually mistaken belief that the trend will reverse. Adding to a losing trade is a dangerous practice. The price can move against you for much longer than you expected as your loss gets exponentially larger. Instead, take a trade with a proper position size and set a stop loss on the trade. If the price hits the stop loss, the trade will be closed at a loss. There is no reason to risk more than that. 6. Trading without a stop loss. Have a stop loss order for every single forex day trade you make. A stop loss is an offsetting order that gets you out of a trade if the price moves against you by an amount you specify. Your loss is moderated, take it and move on to the next trade. The 7th mistake people make is poor risk management. The key part of your risk management strategy is to establish how much of your capital you're willing to risk on each trade. Day traders ideally should risk 1 to 2% of their capital on any single trade. That means that a stop loss order closes out a trade if it results in no more than 1% loss of trading capital. Even if you lose multiple trades in a row, only a small amount of your capital will be lost. At the same time, if you make 2% or 3% on each winning trade, your losses are easily recouped. In addition, depositing money with the wrong forex broker is the biggest trade mistake you will make. If it is poorly managed, in financial trouble, or an outright trading scam, you could lose all your money. You should ensure that the broker is regulated by the relevant body, and an undealing broker is the ideal broker. And that brings us to the end of our webinar. Thank you for being our audience.